Hi, Tiana. How are you doing? And hi, Raupi. I'm a little sleepy. So, please excuse any nonsense that occurs. I'm sorry for starting late, but today was my dad's birthday. Egg! So we spent some time doing this stuff. And I've been so tired all day. Oof. Yeah, got plenty to eat. I like egg. Thank you for egg. I have played this game before, so I guess I have access to New Game Plus. I don't know if New Game Plus changes anything. Like, story-wise. So, I mean, we can try that. Oh, this is a boy! Look at the boy! Oh, look at the boy! Oh, that's a perfectly placed thing. Aw. Can I... Hold on. That one. There we go. You gotta redeem the modify emote thing. And then it'll work. Like, oh! There we go. Like that. Oh, he's so good. I love him. Yeah! Oh, was I... What? What was I doing? Oh, yes. So, I guess I'll do New Game Plus. I don't 100% know what it entails, but you know what? We'll figure this game out from the start. New Game Plus enabled. What does that mean? What does that mean? Hello? What does any of this mean? 234. I guess I'll select my latest one. Over from disable, start a new game? Okay. We'll do classic mode.
I'm here to clear the air.
Hello. Welcome on in. How are you doing,
How are you doing?
Damien?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm sleepy. Very
I can
sleepy.
tell. I could tell.
Do you want hidden achievements to reveal them so that you can see their
Not
names?
Ralphie fucking up my name. How dare you?
We'll keep the hidden achievement secret, because I don't remember this at all. So, do you want to skip? No, let's do the introduction. Let's see. Hi, Damon.
I will kill you both. I will kill you both. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. You'll witness my primordial wrath. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, let me very sleepily try this. I can't believe Aunt Agatha left me Cascade Manor. I used to visit her now and then when I was young, but that was a long time ago. She never seemed to like me much, but then again, she was always a bit eccentric. Ah, finally someone gets to use the emote. dominion, as for he will dominate the world. Oh yeah, let me do this so that you can perceive.
Look at me, I'm angry and skinny.
Okay, so I don't know if this is actually showing up on the Discord stream. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm angry and I'm skinny, like I'm just that skinny.
Beautiful
So
shenanigans.
flaca.
Eek! Look at the condition of this place. If I don't have enough, and I don't have enough money to fix it all up.
Oh yeah, I should probably get this one. Oops.
Yeah.
Give me a moment, hold on.
Also, hold on. I need to adjust the volumes a tiny bit because the game's kind of loud for me. Actually, it looks just fine for y'all. I'm farming for Dendro Oh god. I don't have a 5-star Dendro Goblet, but I do have one 4-star Dendro Goblet.
I have a 5-star one, but it's not that good, but it's something.
Look, you get what you get.
Did y'all not use your like strongbox, the new strong boxes that came out? Like you can get a goblet from there.
I mean, true. You're currently using no, you don't get it. I first started using a 2-star,
Digits not
and then I
this.
upgraded to a 4-star. It
Digits
was the
not this.
only Dendro thing I had, okay?
Y'all are flopping. Y'all are actually flopping. Please.
It's what happens.
Well, who said it's my fault?
Oh, yeah, it was garbage. Aw. Nice dang it, Robbie. That sucks.
I'll send Ralphie what I have. Hold on. Oh my god, if only my game can load, please.
Oof. Do
I
you
guess
want
I'm
to...
using the Dendro Goblet on the Traveler, not Kale, because I don't want to use Kale at the moment.
Do you want to voice Woodhouse? Woodhouse? Woodis? William?
What? I can't connect. Okay, whatever, fine. I guess I'll have to do with my own voice. Good evening. Woodhouse the butler. You must be Miss Bennett, the new owner of Cascade Manor.
Nice to meet you, Woodhouse. You can just call me Eleanor.
Very well then. Eleanor, please follow me.
Yikes! I was hoping it would look better on the inside, but no.
I'll try to keep the place clean as possible, but I'm afraid... Oh my god, what was that?
What it?
But I'm afraid that your Aunt Agatha did not provide me with the funds for the upkeep of the manor.
I don't get it. She was rumored to be very rich, but the lawyers said she didn't leave any money to anyone. Where did all her money go?
A letter from the bank arrived yesterday and may help explain things. You'll find it in the bedroom on the first floor near the stairs. I've tidied it up for you. As you can see, the second floor is currently inaccessible until we can find someone to repair the stairs. Come talk to me when you're done exploring the manor.
Well, now... Oh, I forgot that's how you... Okay, I forgot how everything worked inside this game. Hold on. Okay, that's... Can I... Okay. Do I use this to talk? Okay, so Z is talk. Ooh. Ooh, okay, so... This is a Game Maker game. And, I'm still not used to how they function. Let's save that for last. I see something glittering in the depths of the hole. And I can also hear rats squeaking moving about inside. Reaching through the hole. There's no way I'm putting my hand in there while there are rats around. But what if it's important? Oh? Oh?
Oh yeah, sorry. That's my bedroom. I think it's best to keep the door closed at all times.
Alas. How about the kitchen then?
Oh, the rats. Oh no.
Apparently rats now rule the pantry and they won't let me in. Imagine losing to a rat.
Please.
I may not be rich, but at least I have a lot of clean dishes. I wonder where this leads to.
That leads to the cellar. I had the key to it. The lock's rusted shut. You could probably open it if it had some grease to lubricate the lock and a hammer to knock off the rust. Maybe someone in the village can help you with that.
I see, wakarimashita. I don't remember this game at all. I remember some things, but I also remember screwing up one of the puzzles. There's a small painting here. Oh, let me move this out of the way. The woman in the painting looks like Aunt Agatha. I wonder if she had it commissioned. I don't see Nicholas Nickleby here. Maybe it's in the library? Huh? There are some tutorials here. I'll be sure to write down all the new things I learned throughout my stay here, and add them to the bookcase so I can always refer to my notes again. Maybe I should use a gamepad.
Can you hear me well?
Oh yeah, there you are.
Okay, I just turned on my voice mod.
Okay. It's a little cold. I guess we don't have any firewood. Well, here's the letter. There's a letter here from Aunt Agatha's bank. Dear Miss Bennett.
Oh, can I read that?
Okay.
Can I read that? Okay.
Dear Miss Bennett, over the past 2 years, your aunt borrowed a large sum of money from our bank using the manor as collateral. We wish to inform you that a payment of 2,000 gold is due on day 30 as payment of the loan principal and interest. If you do not receive the full amount by noon on this day, you will assume ownership of the manor. Have a wonderful day. Regards, A. Benqueer.
Yep. So, we're doomed. I don't remember if I was successful the first time around. I think I was, but I didn't get, like, the true ending. I was not expecting this. I only have 500 gold. How in the world am I going to pay the bank 20,000 gold by day 30? I better talk to Woodhouse about this.
Hey, let me listen. I hope you found everything to your satisfaction, Eleanor.
I don't have enough money to pay back the bank.
There. I'm sure we can find a solution if we put our heads together.
I certainly hope so. I don't wish to lose the manor, since it's been in the family for years. But not only do I have the loan to repay, it also costs a lot of money to maintain the house.
So cold and tired. I'm a carpenter and I was out on the job longer than I expected. I don't think I'll make it home before midnight.
Can I stay tonight? Let's let him stay. Oh wait, what did that say? Gosh dang it.
Oh, if you could spare some bread and fruit for breakfast tomorrow, that would be nice. And my goodness, it's so cold this old manor that we'll need some firewood too.
Let me try using a gamepad instead. Oops. Say gamepad like that's what normal people call it. It's called a controller? I think. Hello? Game? There we go. I suppose I'll be sleeping on the couch here tonight, but at least I earned some money towards repaying the loan. Woodhouse, how about converting the manor into an inn? I know a lot of people like to visit this area because of the waterfall and the views, so with a bit of advertising we could make it work.
An excellent idea, Eleanor. I could ask George to repair the staircase tomorrow morning, so you can use the second floor rooms. Now, after just paying a visit to a nearby village and visiting the shops there, you'll be able to get breakfast and firewood there.
Awesome. Okay. Use the D-pad to move. This game does not move well. Hello, miss. I'm Matilda. My mommy owns the cafe. My daddy works in a factory in the city, so he only comes home once in a while.
I was about to whisper, but never mind.
No, it's fine. It's only the two of us. We should take turns. Hello, my good sir.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Ah, Eleanor, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a long time. If you're looking to buy something though, I should warn you that I don't have much of stock in the moment. I need low ash, low sulfur coal to make good quality steel. It has been difficult to find ever since the rockfall led to the closure of the mine up north. Hopefully I'll be able to replenish my stock soon.
Do you have a small hammer that I can use to knock off some rust from a lock?
Fortunately I don't. As you can see from my limited stock, I can't make anything new without the right coal. Maybe my neighbor Frank, who's a builder, has one.
Oh, okay. There's a book here.
You can take it. Your Aunt Agatha lent it to me, and I forgot around to returning it.
Oh. Oh, it's a novel by Charles Dickens. The title is Hard Times, and it's the 10th book he wrote. Aunt Agatha used to have the complete collection of all 15 of his novels, including his last one, which was unfinished. I wonder if I can find all the Dickens novels. Maybe Woodhouse knows where they are. So obviously we should just poke around everywhere. Aw. You should totally peek into... I don't think I need any of these.
Not you snooping.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you do. These look like building materials. Hello? Is anyone home?
Go away, I'm busy.
That's... Oh, we need to go to the cafe. For foods. Is that a thing on the wall? Today's daily quote is G.K. Chesterton. Art, like morality, consists of drawing the line somewhere. I mean, it's not wrong. Okay, that's menu. Let's save in file 5. If one doesn't like jam with bread, there's also olive oil and balsamic vinegar here. I've never eaten bread with, like, either of those. Only jam.
I've eaten pizza with balsamic vinegar, it's very good.
Ooh.
I think it was balsamic sauce because it was thicker, I don't remember.
Do you want to do
I'm
her or should...
Eleanor. Haven't been back to the village in years. I don't think my daughter Matilda was even born last time you visited. What can I do for you?
I've missed you and your bread, Yolanda. Can I buy some for breakfast tomorrow? Do you have fruit as well?
Probably 10 gold for the bread and fruit.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
I'll have it delivered directly to the manor. It's getting late, but do come back for a chat sometime.
Awesome. What's in here? This building is empty. If I remember correctly, a young girl used to live here with her parents, but they must have moved away. Alas.
Bad.
Ah, dude. Should I?
You can do it.
Okay. Hello, miss. You must be the new owner of the manor. I'm Nobby, and welcome to the general store. Nice to meet you, Nobby. Do you sell firewood? Yes, of course. It'll be 10 gold. Yeah, I need it. Right then, I'll have it sent to the manor right away. It's getting late. Please come back another day to see what else I have for sale. Are you okay? Let's continue looking. This house is empty. I don't think anyone lives here. No, it's time to leave. Pack our bags, cut our losses, just leave. you made
See
30
you later,
gold.
alligator.
Yikes, this hole is gigantic.
This music is so pretty, by the way.
Yee.
It gives me like knockoff Stardew Valley vibes.
So if I recall correctly, this game was originally a made for a game jam, and then they polished it and turned it into this game.
Oh, I
And
see.
then apparently the person's working on a sequel.
Ooh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I got an email the other day which is like, "Hey, I'm developing a sequel." And I'm like, "Oh. How timely of you to mention this."
Oh, interesting.
This very sharp axe was used to split logs back in the old days before the general store started selling firewood. I see. The sign here says no trespassing. I wonder what lies beyond. Take the axe, break it down. Easy. Can you go this way? I don't 100% remember the map layout. I don't think there's too much.
Well, I guess we're going back inside.
Yeah, actually, let me look over here real quick. Oh,
I don't going to go into the library at the moment, as it's been taken over by spiders.
okay. Woodhouse, didn't Aunt Agatha have the complete collection of Charles Dickens novels? Do you know where all the books went?
Ah, yes. The books used to be in the library. Over the years, they were either misplaced around the manor or borrowed by the villagers. Each individual book is not worth very much, but I'm sure the complete set of all 15 books is very valuable.
Wakarimashita. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, I have no idea what he just said. Because the game is way too sensitive.
You just skipped it, wow. Good morning, miss.
Hmm? Ow, he must have fallen off the couch.
I went ahead and repaired the wood floor and staircase since Woodhouse said you wanted that done. Sorry I can't do anything about the walls though. You'll have to find a builder for that. Usually I charge 300 gold for repairs like this, but since you offered to let me stay for over free, you're kind enough to provide everything you asked for. I'll give you a huge discount. It'll only be 50 gold.
Awesome. Oh, okay. Here's the money.
I'll be sure to tell everyone that Cascade Manor is now open to guests. Goodbye now.
Awesome.
Word spreads fast in these small villages, so you may be lucky enough to get a first guest later this afternoon. We currently have access to 2 small bedrooms upstairs. Now it's time to set them up.
Alright, I'll go upstairs and check them out. Oh, I remember this. Tomorrow is Weskin time. Oh, that's tomorrow? Oh, right, it is.
That'd be daylight update. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
How did you get here before me?
And you good butler, I try to anticipate your needs. Find me in any room you go to. Except your own bedroom, of course.
I can't decide if that's creepy or useful.
Would you like me to explain how room configuration works?
Yes, please.
Room configurations will cater to different types of guests. For instance, some guests may want a writing desk while others may want a sitting area. For others, that may be immaterial. If you configure your room and have only one single bed, you can only accommodate one guest. A room with 2 single beds is just what travelers who are friends will want, but some families prefer a double bed.
What type of layout should I choose if I don't know what type of guests are coming?
Try picking a different layout for each room for now. Even if it can't accommodate a guest for the first time around, you may submit it again. And they'll usually tell you when they do so. You can change bedroom configurations during setup or when there are no guests in the manor, either talking to me in the room or through the room's screen once that's become available. Finally, if you ever need help on this topic again, or on any other topics, you can take a look at the bookcase in your bedroom. If you haven't configured this room yet, we have some furniture in the attic with which I can furnish the room. Do you want to choose this layout now?
Yeah. Let's have, a single bed. Let's see. Writing desk. Writing desk. Okay. Close.
Good choice. You can modify the layout of this room at any time before guests arrive by talking to me. Yeah, one more room to configure.
Oh, awesome, Ralphie. I mean, honestly, at this rate... he's saying the same thing. Let's see. 2 single beds and a... Okay.
Put it like a sitting area.
Yeah. Something fell over to the left, and I'm like, why?
Well,
It's been sitting there this whole entire time, and it's only now decided to fall over.
I think he's repeating again.
Yeah. Oh. Resting. Okay. I love this game. Game Maker is not a good engine for this game.
Nope. I hope they change the engine.
I think a lot of the assets they are using belong specifically to Game Maker. Oh, like they're made for the engine.
Right.
But between then and now, they would have more experience with the engine. So, yeah.
That leads to the attic, but it's currently so full of furniture that I'm afraid you'll find difficult to access. I suggest waiting until you found a place to store all the furniture before going up.
You okay?
Oh my god. I can't
Oh.
do this voice forever. Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. He's like
It's all good.
the second main character.
Oh god.
This used to be the lounge, but now it's rather empty. I seem to remember that it used to be a grand piano here and something else.
And I entered your aunt's service 2 years ago. This is the only furniture in the room.
Oh, maybe she had to sell some of the furniture. What a shame, it was a really nice piano too. The roof is leaking. Well,
Indeed, the TV is leaking.
there are some porcelain figurines and assorted knickknacks here. They're pretty, but they don't look valuable. Oh, there's also a book here. I found another book from Charles Dickens' collection. The title is Martin Chuzzlewit, and it's the 6th novel he wrote. I now have 2 out of 15 books. Neat. Okay. Yes, that reminds me. I have to investigate every single nook and cranny.
What are those pillars doing there?
They just are. What on earth are these columns doing here?
You had a builder here to fix the roof, but your aunt thought he was taking ordinate interest in your room, so she fired him. He became rather upset, to put it mildly, and brought these columns to spite her. As a result, the columns are blocking access to the corridor leading to the 2 large bedrooms.
Well, we'll have to find someone to move them. I don't think climbing that is a good idea. Okay. Am I done set up? Can't do anything here just yet. Trying to figure out what I can and can't do. Can I look at this? Okay. trying to think. It's wardrobe, I can get my clothes here. Oh yeah, we need to get more fire. How do I check? Save game. No. Not this. How do I... Okay, I don't know how to open this menu. Hard times. Close. Hold on.
Maybe in the options you can check like keybind.
Gamepad controller instructions. To use a gamepad or controller, use A for some controllers to stacks. Okay. B, Y, and then X is for if you want to turn on the options to show shortcuts menu, which allows you to access documents from the internet. Okay. Oh, right. You can Noom inside this game. Noom. Okay. So, what I should do is go here. Yes. So, okay, now I can access items here. Without having to use the mouse. Okay. Let's go to town. Let's see. Can we talk to you yet? Hello, is anyone home? Wait, are you?
I'm sad I'm busy.
Okay. Him not interested.
He's a bit angry.
Maybe Nabi, I don't know what's gonna... Okay, I think she asked for grease.
Can you voice all the characters in the meantime? I'm gonna make
Yeah. As you can see, my shelves are rather bare at the moment. I only have some typical everyday items, like firewood, stamps, a book or two, and some pantry staples. In a small and quiet village like this, people don't really buy much. Do you sell any grease? I need to lubricate a rusty rock. Wait, what? Sorry, miss, I don't. But maybe if your inn becomes more successful, I'll think about upgrading my store and selling more things, including grease. And we're evicted from his shop due to his gambling debts. Oh. Sure. I found another book from Charles Dickens' collection. The title is The Old Curiosity Shop, and it's the 4th novel he wrote. I now have 3 out of 15 books. I see a saw here. This spot is so shiny I can see myself inside it. A lone helmet sits here sadly. I need low ash. Okay, he's saying the same thing. Actually, I really wish I could expand my skills beyond baking, but there's not much demand in village outside food aside from bread. What I'd really like to do is turn this cafe into a world-class restaurant, but I'll need some cooking classes first. Then some customers who appreciate fine dining. Can I go up here? Sorry, that's off limits to customers. Alas. Well, I suppose we should just open shop. Now that we're officially open as an inn, the Association of Bed and Breakfast Inns, Motels, Hostels, Hotels, and Resorts, or the Abimmeher, has a ranking system so that the guests know what to expect when they stay somewhere. Do you have any questions? Yes. Right now, we have 0 stars, but each time we meet the requirements to go up in rank, the Abimmeher will give us a small cash reward. What a mouthful. Yes, they're a very inclusive organization, and they wanted to make sure no type of establishment was excluded. Why don't you take a look at the requirements for achieving 1 star? I've also included a list of all your tasks for your convenience. Okay, tasks: get rid of rats, get rid of spiders. Average guest rating above 35. Okay, pay off 20,000. Find all 15 books. Use Grease and Hammer to unlock cellar doors.
I'm back.
Hello.
Not gonna lie, much better now that I have a drink, because I was straining my own voice too much for that growly voice.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm only missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 achievements, apparently.
Interesting.
Let's see.
Oh,
Are
my
you good?
turn.
Okay.
As you can see, the bar is pretty low for now. The main building we have to do is get rid of the spiders and rats infesting the matter. Maybe we'll need some guests who can help us with that.
Let's
Do
see.
you have any questions?
Tell me more about potential guests and their preferences.
Your guests will stay only for one night, and may visit us again in the future. Guest preferences are categorized as either must-haves, that is furniture or amenities that they definitely need, or likes, items that would increase their guest rating but are not mandatory. The more comfortable our guests are and the more things they have to do, the happier they'll be. We can provide them with various amenities, which cost money, but which also lead to higher guest ratings. Only does a higher guest rating bring in more guests in the future, they'll also lead to more generous tips. We also have to choose a price level for the inn. I suggest setting cheap prices for now, as we don't have much to offer. We'll be able to see maximum price for each guest is willing to pay for a room. As we attract more wealthy guests in the future, we can consider raising the price level. Although we'll earn more money from higher prices for the guest rooms, this also has a small negative effect on the guest rating. In the following screen, you can view unmodified rooms, choose amenities, and select the price level.
Ah. So, rooms. And amenities. They cost 10 gold each, but they're... I'll have them. Because these are like basics. Yeah. I have no guests. All guests, few rooms. Okay.
Do you have any questions?
That's satisfaction, room setup. No, I think I know what those mean. Let's get started.
Alright then. You can now access stats, rooms, and guest screens using the buttons that will appear on the left, while pressing keyboard shortcuts D, R, and G respectively. Feel free to walk around the manor or the village, or make any modifications you want to the rooms, amenities, and price level. When you're ready for our first guest, talk to me here.
Okay, so I already walked around and did what I can. So we are ready to open.
Are you ready to checking guests? You're choosing two out of two possible amenities. Total cost is 20 gold, and their price level is cheap.
Let's do that.
Alright then, subtract your costs, which amount to 20 gold, and see who wants to stay here today.
Hello, my good person. Should I or should you?
Yo, what's up? I was starting out as an adventurer and I usually pass through this area 3 days. I did the grapevine that you have rats in your pantry. I'll clean them out for you as long as you can stay here for the night.
Can you get rid of the spiders in my library too?
Sorry dude, I don't do spiders, I hate to admit it, but they scared me. I don't have much money, but hopefully your rooms aren't too expensive. Delicious breakfast in the morning would be awesome, by the way.
Let's see if we can find a suitable room for you. He's only one person, so in you go.
Awesome sauce! Now, wait just a minute while I hunt those rats down. The rats are gone. It was easy, just like any rat guest. You can go into the pantry later if you wish.
What a relief! That fulfills one of the requirements for becoming a one-star inn, and our guest rating has also improved.
I'll go check out the village box of supplies later today.
Awesome. I guess he's the only one, so... Ooh, since the rats are gone. I see something glittering in the depths of the hole. Now that the rats are gone, I'm going to try and get it out. It's a necklace. I'm sure I've seen Auntie Agatha wearing it before. Rats must have gotten a hold of it somehow. I don't have any use for it, so I can sell it if I want to. I think that's actually a special thing. I don't know, we'll find out later. It appears... Oh.
It appears that one party will be staying with us tonight. Are you done checking in, guests?
Yeah.
I'll show the guests to the rooms. The guests will check out tomorrow morning. And now have leisure to do whatever you want. You may find it useful to visit the village or explore the manor if you haven't done so yet. When you're done for the day, you can go to bed.
Awesome. So now we're here. There's a fishing rod here. I don't know how to fish, but maybe someone else will want it. Let's take it for now. Everything looks a little grimy and dusty. I wish I could find someone to repair this unsightly hole. Alas. I put him... Okay, since it's been assigned to a guest... Will the builder talk to me now?
Well, I mean, let's find out.
Hello, is anyone home? No.
I'm sad I'm busy.
He does not like us.
It's a little
Oh,
bit.
You're here now.
The dungeon doesn't seem to have a very good selection of items.
Well, I don't think there's much else I can do today.
They...
Let me double check the store. Nope. I remember something that has to do with these bushes, but I think I screwed it up the first time. I think I'm done for the day. Let me... Okay.
You can do whatever you... Oh.
No, I think he was just repeating. I guess it's time to go to bed. Go to sleep now? Yeah. Auto-saving game. Okay.
Please do something about spiders. I think a tip of 11 gold is fair. I'll be back on day 5.
Awesome. Oh, I don't have the thing yet. Actually, let me also just save normally. Now it's checkout time. What can I do now?
Looks like you checked everyone out. Are you done with the checkout process, or would you like to continue to talk to the guests?
I think I'm done.
Congratulations! You made a profit of 31 gold.
Awesome.
You now walk around the manor or the village and make any changes you want to the guest rooms, such as amenities, price level, etc. Talk to me when you're done.
I think... Let's go here. Talk to cafe lady. Oh.
I think I'll let you do the voice because I'm going to be way too tired voicing that main man.
Okay, yeah. When baking baguettes, I place a pan of boiling water in the oven. This creates steam and gives me baguettes with thin, crispy crusts. Interesting. Would you like to trade? Oh, you still have nothing. Anyone here? Nope. Nope. You? Hello, is anyone home?
He's still angry.
She's still angry. my good Engie. Can let me in. There's no water in the fountain. You have anything to say? Wait, am I doing this or I forget?
You can do it.
Okay. Good day, Eleanor. I'm afraid I won't have anything for you until the mine north of the manor reopens. You'll need to increase the in-star ranking before that happens. Okay, so I guess it's just a war of attrition right now.
Is it weird that I can imagine for that man? Is it weird that I can imagine Rory's voice?
That would be perfect. Where's Rory? Tiana, get Rory here right now.
We're JK, we're JK.
I miss my daddy. Aw. Well, so I guess there's not too much to do these first few days.
Hey,
Ah, hello.
Oh my god, hi Ultimate, you can finally take over part of my job because I'm very tired voicing one man.
Yeah.
well,
So while I have the MC, poor Damien suffering with this old dude.
Yeah. Literally my fucking my neck is already straight, so
Oh no.
it tickles, I hate
Hi
it.
Rocky, welcome on in. How you doing? Check-in guests. Yes, please. Ooh, we might be able to check in 2 people. Huh? I have a strong sense of deja vu, even though I don't think I've ever been here before. Anyway, good morning. I'm traveling, but I'm a poor student studying architecture and my budget's very limited, so I'm hoping your prices are reasonable, given the, condition of the manor. Do you have a room for me today? One with a good roaring fire would be delightful. Yeah. Got this single room for you.
like behind the architecture thing, relatable.
Excellent. I'm planning to spend the afternoon relaxing by the water. Oh. Morning. I'm Mary, and this is my husband
Oh,
Pierre.
can I do her voice? Can I
Okay.
do her voice?
Yeah.
Morning, I'm Mary, and this is my husband Pierre. The railway company that we work for is considering building a train station in a nearby village.
Ultimate, do you want to do Pierre?
However, we don't know if we'll get enough passengers to make a profit since the village is tiny and not many people travel here.
Perhaps if we ordered 3 stars by day 15. That would convince the railway company for the long-term benefits of building a train station here.
Anyhow, do you have a room with a writing desk? It'd be nice to have a double bed as well.
Let me see. No. I don't think I can edit these rooms while they're here, can I?
You can change the room I think before you like check them in, so you can quickly go up
Yeah.
there and change it.
Let me see if I can do that. If I'm done with the check-in process, I should talk to Woodhouse before going anywhere. Nope, I'm stuck. Okay.
Well,
So they said they'll be back here on day 4. I need to remember these things. Notepad.
I will be right back. I have something very special to show. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Ooh. Adventure. Day 5,
Well,
I
guess
think
I'm
it was
just
coming.
gonna go quickly refill my bottle of water since I just noticed it's tea.
Yeah. Day 4. Double bed. Writing desk. Cheap. And then I don't know what his other requirements are. Okay, we have our notes. Sadly we can't check them in, so we'll have to continue. Should have guessed through the rooms. I guess we'll check out tomorrow morning. is one of the reasons why I love this place. I don't think we have much in the way of anything. Have to find someone to get rid of the rats. I don't know where everything else would be.
I'm back with water
Hello.
this time.
Awesome. Madam, please move. I don't think there's anything else for me to do now that I've checked them in. So I'll just go to bed. Since I've already done some exploring. Yep. Hello, madam. You really need to hire an exterminator to deal with the spiders. I think a tip of 11 gold is fair. You'll probably see me again someday. Someday, huh? I'm done. Actually, does she say anything else?
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Hi.
he knew.
Okay, so I wanted to show y'all something that I got. I don't know. I think my dad bought it for me. I'm not 100%. I just randomly like woke up. I looked in my backpack and I was like, "What is this?" And then I found this notebook. And look at the art on the notebook. I was shook it.
Oh, let me.
If it loads up the photo. Hold on.
Bum, 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 bum.
Can it be any faster? There you go.
Ooh. That's nice.
It looks so nice. It's Mr. Zhongli. I was very pleasantly surprised with it.
Yeah, cool. Hold on. No, not that. Do that. Those just actually. Bum 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 bum.
Although I will say that I hate us on this like spiral like wire thingy because I hate those a lot. They're very temperamental to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
get that.
the spiral spine is just not very good.
Yeah, it's like at first it's okay, then it starts to go against you.
Yeah, and I kind of hate that. But I can deal with that.
I had a lot of problems with those based on the amount of like copy books I like brought to school. Yes.
Go here.
I am like very picky with my with all the drawing supplies and stuff. So, like I will always buy like a very expensive like big sketchbook with like
Here it
a
is.
proper spine and everything.
Witness Mr. Zhongli.
Oh, you're showing it on stream, yeah.
Yeah.
He,
So good.
Boop, boop. There we go. Wait, I didn't want you to walk upstairs. Okay, for setup. Honestly, I don't know what to be expecting. I think Mr. Knight Dude comes back today. Other than that, hopefully we can shove someone in the other room. I hope I read, the tradespeople's return date correctly.
Actually, let me quickly get something and I'll be
course.
right back. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
okay.
Checking.
Shift 4.
Hello, Bob and I are inventors, and we recently developed a new type of insect repellent. We're going around testing it out. Do you have any problems with insects? I know spiders aren't insects, but does your repellent work on them?
No, they're also invented. invented decoy webs that can be used to catch spiders. I like spiders. They make a pretty good snack. Excuse
Sorry?
me? Nani the fuck? We'll help you
Ooh.
out if you let us stay here tonight for free. We have to have 2 single beds and a sitting area. And the sitting area would be nice.
Let's see if we can find a suitable room for you. Just so happens I have the perfect room for you. Yeah. Score! Now hold on just a minute while we catch some spiders.
We've rounded up all the spiders and the spider webs. You can go in the library after all. All guests have checked in. You want to try eating a spider?
No thanks. No.
Or for me then?
I have returned.
I'm so relieved the spiders are gone. That fulfills one of the requirements for becoming a one-star inn. And the library is now open. Our guest rating has improved tremendously too. Awesome. Actually, what are my tasks? Average rating above 35.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so Damien, what you missed was someone helped us get rid of the spiders, but they like eating spiders.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, ew, disgusting.
Yeah.
Wow, we got an average rating above 35 for the first time. That fulfills one of the requirements for becoming a one-star inn. Yay! I fulfilled all the requirements needed to advance to 1 star. This means we're getting a reward of 500 gold from the Association of Bed and Breakfast Inns and I forget what else. We are now officially a 1-star establishment. Oh, I'm sure there'll be some new guests arriving soon. Oh, I should check the requirements for advancing to 2 stars. Let's view the task screens. We need to hire a maid, have 4 guest rooms, hire a chef, and earn at least 180 gold in room revenue. Interesting. Oh, he's repeating himself.
Oh. Well, never mind.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you read anything he repeats.
No.
The title Nicholas Nickleby and his 3rd novel he wrote. Now I have 4 and 15. I just made a player DC because of an add-on, lol. I ran an add-on for Pinhead, which made it so when they broke chains with an object, 2 more chains spawn for every chain broken. Wow, that sounds annoying. This is also the novel that was shown in the portrait of Aunt Agatha in the bedroom. Perhaps I should read it. The book's cover page says, The Life and Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby, containing a faithful account of the fortunes, misfortunes, uprising, downfalls, and complete career of the Nickleby family. As you become engrossed in the story of young Nicholas, who has to take on a series of jobs after his father dies and his cold-hearted uncle refuses to help him, you realize that several words in the book have been underlined, possibly by Aunt Agatha. I have been on the receiving end of this add-on at some point. It's annoying. By the end of the book, which thankfully ends up well for Nicholas and his family despite the machinations of his uncle and other nefarious persons, there are 7 words underlined in this order. Look under rug. Upstairs. Use magnifying glass. Well, I don't have a magnifying glass, but okay. It's a globe and it spins. Whee! This is the poetry section. Maybe one day I'll have the time and patience to read Beowulf. So one time I did actually have to read Beowulf for, a class. Thankfully, it was the translated version of Beowulf. God, imagine reading it inside its original... Oh, what's it called again? It's not Old Norse, it's, Anglo-Saxon. There are a ton of textbooks and handbooks here, in mathematics, science, philosophy, and even farming. There's an eclectic collection of plays here by Shakespeare, Marwell, Sophocles, Goethe, and many others. Oh, no. Beowulf was translated into the style of Old English, but it was originally written inside Anglo-Saxon. Anglo-Saxon does not look like English. I mean, it looks like English, but it's not comprehensible. My teacher was actually able to speak Anglo-Saxon, which was interesting. Damien,
sorry.
No worries.
Her aunt mentioned once that she painted that picture. She said she used to paint a lot when she was young, but then she stopped.
Oh, it's a waterfall. So pretty.
So that's why the name of the language seems similar. In Spanish is Anglo-Saxon. I've heard it before.
The Old English I remember actually sounded a lot like German. Oh, that's because it probably was more related to German. Linguistically, oh, I forget which branch of German English spawns off of. But English is primarily German, and then French and Latin and Greek and Spanish somehow got all mixed inside there throughout the years. I'm trying to remember my linguistical history, but it's difficult. It definitely looks like the waterfall next to the manor. She must have been a very good artist. I wonder why she stopped painting. But it's been 100 years, that's a mood. But I really like language-y stuff. Books here are of a more fantastical nature. There's Alice Adventures in Wonderland, Frankenstein Journey to the Center of the Earth, and more. Have fun! What do you say? Oh, you're just repeating. Okay.
Real.
In every room, he'll repeat the same phrase, but slightly different. What if? Well, I don't have a magnifying glass. Ooh, but we upgraded. So maybe the store has more stuff? We'll talk to the two people in a second. Ooh, we are not buying that teleport stone. It is not worth my time. Nor money. Let's talk to them. There's nothing much to do in this village.
The cafe is very exciting.
Alas,
Well, considering that they eat spiders.
person won't let me in. Let me in! Do you have anything for me to do? No. These boots look sturdy enough to protect Durin's feet from flying sparks. There's a pair of gauntlets here. They look nice. You can take them if you want. That's one of my early prototypes when I was testing out steel recipe number 17. Since Darius no longer has any need for gauntlets, I might as well take them. I don't think I'll ever wear these, and I'm sure I can sell them at the general store for a bit of money, and I think someone actually wants those. Wait. Nothing soothes the soul like a cup of hot tea. Correct. It's a barrel of water. The crate is empty. This furnace looks sad and empty without a fire. These are Darius' blacksmithing tools. There's an anvil here. There's water here. Darius probably uses it to rapidly cool down steel, which makes it stronger. I'm not quite sure what this is, a modern musical instrument or a torture device, maybe.
Not
Okay.
torture device, please.
There are slots in this crate, but it's empty. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Torture device. The fountain hasn't been running for years now. Well. Oh, is that a book? There's a book here. Oh, I didn't even notice it. One of my customers must have left it there. You can take it. I found another book from the Charles Dickens collection. The title is Dombey and Son, and it's the 7th novel he wrote. I now have 5 out of 15 books. The distinctive flavor of sourdough bread comes from the lactic acid that forms during the fermentation of dough, thanks to the effort of yeast and bacteria. My husband and I are thinking of sending Matilda to the school in the neighboring village next year. A croissant is so named because of its crescent shape. A good croissant should be light, buttery, and flaky. Okay, I've exhausted your dialogue.
All the things Orangey would say.
Yep.
and more.
Except he would be like a croissant.
And oh,
Croissant.
Wahoo!
Oh, I actually haven't messaged him since he... I presume that he went over to Berkeley already. Classes should have already started.
soon. Not yet, I don't think. But soon.
Really? Because it's the end of August. College starts up right now.
I think he was like, he had like a week or two of like free time and then he'll like start something along the lines. I think maybe that time already passed, I don't remember.
I'll have to poke him. He says hi, Ultimate.
No. Hello.
Have I done everything I want to do today? I think I have. Let's just go to sleep. Auto-saving game. Let me manually save the game. Whoops. We're off to explore other parts of the world now, but Robin has a strong spider sense, so we'll be back if spiders invade your library again in the future. Okay. That was it, I guess. You made a profit of 19 gold. Knock knock. Who wants him?
Not me.
Ultimate, do you want him?
Eleanor, so good to see you again. You remember me? I'm your cousin, Rudolph.
I'm sorry, I don't remember you.
You devastated me, cuz. And it was Aunt Agatha's favorite nephew, too. I spent many a day comforting Aunt Agatha and running errands for her during the last years of her life. So I thought she'd at least remember me with a kind word or two in her will, but no matter. You have any questions for me?
Why did she need comforting?
Oh, you know, old age and all that.
What kind of errands did you run?
I bought her little snacks that she enjoyed and oh yes, books that she wanted to read.
Why did she borrow so much money before she passed away?
Boy, you're inquisitive, aren't you? Anyway, I have no idea why she borrowed all that money. She certainly didn't give me any. Not at all. Not a single penny. Nada.
I'm glad she had someone by her side.
Anyway, you'll be seeing lots of me from now on. I just moved from the city to the nearby village, and I've started publishing a local newspaper. I can run advertisements for the manor if you want. It doesn't cost much, and you'll be able to attract new guests and more. Attract new guests and more of them too.
Ooh, awesome.
So come see me in the village soon during setup time, cuz.
I should probably do that. Okay, you're saying the same thing. Let's see, today's day 5. Let me change... There's a crate hidden in the recess beneath rug. Let's see what's in it. Oh, a painting. But alas, I don't have magnifying glass. I don't know anything about art, but it's a nice painting. Though it looks quite different stylistically from the painting in the library, let's put the rug back and then hang the picture up on the wall here. This definitely makes Manor look a little better. Oh, I just remembered, the last part of the clue said use magnifying glass, but I don't have one. Maybe I can buy one, or I'll find one as I unlock more rooms in the Manor. Then I can look at the painting more carefully. Actually, I wonder if I can actually just climb over this. Where? Were the train people coming back today or tomorrow? I didn't write down their stuff. I wanna set it up like they're coming.
I mean, I can check. me there is a wiki for this?
It's a very indie game, so it's debatable.
No. It.
Did you know that bagels are boiled before being baked? A good bagel should be dense and chewy yet tender. It shouldn't be an exercise for your jaw. When baking baguettes, I place a pan of boiling water in the oven. This creates steam and gives my baguettes with thin, crispy crusts. Okay? Uh-huh. Okay. Which one to Mads?
Hello, Cuz. You want to learn how advertisements work?
Yes, tell me everything.
I have a ready-made template that's perfect for the inn. So all you have to do is choose the most appropriate phrases that describe the inn and the surroundings. It costs 50 gold per day to run an advertisement, and Woodhouse will send me the payment at the same time he sells the bills for the amenities, which is right before guests start checking in. Ads typically need to take effect, so if you purchase an ad during setup today, you may get new guests who wouldn't have otherwise visited the inn tomorrow. In addition, you're likely to get more visitors than usual. Although ads typically have some euphemistic language, be aware that you shouldn't over-exaggerate the inn's amenities or the area's attractions. That could be construed as false advertising. I'll let you know what your advertisement accuracy is, even though you may not always achieve an accuracy rate of 100%, be warned that anything below 70% is disastrous. Your guests will complain and it will lead to a lower guest rating. What's more, false advertising will result first in a stern warning from the Association of Bed and Breakfast, Inns, Motels, Hotels, and Resorts, but they'll eventually impose a heavy fine. What can I do for you, Cuz?
Let's do this.
Which of the following best describes the manor?
Let's see, it's a clean and well-maintained, it's comfortable and hospitable. Let's do, it's a rustic and unpretentious inn.
How would you describe the area in which you live?
There's a nice waterfall.
Choose one word to describe the village.
Charming. The stores.
What would you like to say about the stores in the village?
And they sell useful items.
Your advertisement accuracy is 85%. What do you think?
Let's go with it.
Great. It'll be 50 gold per day, and you can modify the advertising by talking to me. You can review your advertisement at any time in the room screen. If you're running low on funds, you can choose to stop advertising during setup. By the way,
I like
have you
how.
met-
Oh, sorry.
you go on.
I was gonna say, I like how your own cousin is charging you money for ads.
I mean,
True.
it has to make money somehow.
By the way, have you met Frank? He's a builder who lives in the house next door. He's a good friend of mine and may be able to help you fix up the manor.
Oh, I should probably go and do that.
Maybe he won't be angry anymore.
Please stop going through my papers. They're private.
No.
Proceeds to check again.
Leftovers in a pot. We don't apparently like scrapes and apples.
I'd appreciate if you didn't go in there.
I'll go in there one day. You can't stop me. Isn't this one of those modern telephones that was invented just a few years ago?
That's right. It's very handy for keeping up with the latest news and communicating with people in other countries.
I wish we had one at the manor.
I forgot how backwards some of these villages can be. Well, maybe one day the general store will start selling it.
Interesting. There are missing person posters here, personal ads, self-wanted ads, pet adoption ads, and other announcements. Can we talk to the builder finally? Hello.
Hello, mate. We thought that you might have something for me to do. I just finished building a farmhouse. There's some free time right now.
Yes, can you fix it to manor?
Of course, that's my job. I think the state that manor's in is going to be a pretty big job. It'll cost you, let's see, 800 gold. What do you say, mate?
Well, I should probably do it. Alright.
Wait, you're really going to just stay without any fuss? Nice.
Haha, Rowpy.
Alright, mate. Let's get started tomorrow, and I guarantee the manor will be in tip-top shape on day 8. Not a guarantee.
Let's see. This book is titled 1001 Practical Jokes. There's some building plans here. There's a book here.
I stole... I borrowed it from your Aunt Agatha. You can take it.
I found another book from the Charles Dickens collection. The title is Our Mutual Friend, and it's the 14th novel he wrote. I now have 6 out of 15 books. Franks really like carbonated drinks, but otherwise there's nothing of real interest here. This croissant looks tasty. Oh, there's a cute teddy bear here.
That's not mine. I don't even know who got it here.
I don't have anyone to give the teddy to. We'll leave it for now. Aww.
Yeah. For a minute here, I was going to lose you, mate.
I don't think I should be in Frank's dresser. Of course you should. This is a... Madam...
You'll find the panties in there, maybe.
Oh.
I'm JK.
Aw, Rowpy. Nothing useful there, nothing useful there. Okay. Now, setup time. What other tasks do I have? Have 4 guest rooms, that ain't happening anytime soon. Room, hire a chef, hire a maid. Don't have magnifying glass. Cursed words, huh? Get 3 stars by day 15. Okay. Let's continue. Yep, checking guests now. Ouch. You're new. We want him. I guess I'll do him. Greetings, my name is Johan. I'm a merchant and I travel far and wide looking for the most interesting goods. Perhaps I'll use this inn as my base for exploring the villages nearby. Can I get a room? Possibly one with a writing desk. Also, I hope you have a well-trained chef. My stomach is very sensitive. Please let me know as soon as possible if you have room for me. Let's see. Well, let's get you into here. And then I guess since you're well, we don't have a chef. You're new, so I want to have you stay at least once. Although the other lady would probably give me more satisfaction since her wants are very simple.
That is true. Choices.
Oh no. What do you think?
I don't know. Go with your gut instinct.
Oh god.
Be like Hazo and just be confident and be like, see, just follow my intuition.
Madam, do you want this? Here you go. Awesome. Well, we're done here. Oh?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
I must have felt I've been so busy that I missed the good old days when I used to go fishing during my free time. I'm not complaining. The past few days have been challenging, but also very interesting.
Do you want... Can I give this to you? I have fish. Do you want fish? I give you fish. He doesn't want fish.
Upsetting.
Oh well.
It's highly upset.
You know, I really should have asked where that farmhouse was.
But you didn't.
Maybe I can go back and ask him. Because I don't know how to get there. Oh god, please. Please let me in. Hey, about that farmhouse. Oh, do you have a small hammer that I can use to knock off some rust from a lock?
Of course I do. All my tools are hanging on the wall by the fireplace.
Awesome. There's a hammer here. Can I borrow it, Frank?
You can take it. I have lots of hammers anyway.
Oh, neat. Thanks. Now I just need to find some grease and I'll be able to open the door to the cellar. Hold on.
I'll come by the manor tomorrow.
Awesome. Oh yeah, we already looked at that. Okay. Guess that's all he has to say. Now I just need you to sell some grease. S'il vous plaît. Well, that's all I can think of. Actually,
Bedtime.
Ropey! Ropey! I bap you. Oh, do you want gauntlets?
Ralphie, get out of here. I thought you were my boyfriend. How dare you? He's cheating on me, guys. He's cheating on me.
It's okay. Frank said he was going to start fixing up the manor today. I can't wait to see it restored to its former glory. He'll probably work on the exterior of the manor first. I don't have a bonk. Oh, thank you for the food.
You can't make up for the things you've done with food.
Dun dun dun. Curtains would be nice. It's too bright in the morning. Here's a tip of 21 gold for you. We'll be back on day 8. Oh no, food's pretty good.
Not with me.
It'd be lovely to see some fresh flowers around. Here's a tip of 21 gold for you. You'll probably see me again someday. I'm done. A profit of 52 gold. Awesome. I think I'm going to cancel the advertisements for now since oh, who got yeeted? Someone got yeeted. Actually, you know what? Oh gosh, the void. Oh gosh. Oh, oh. Too many things. Rappy, you're in jail now. No, stay in jail. There you go. What the heck is happening? Oh, it does not. It does not like me. Okay, maybe I needed one more. No. Bad. Bad route, P. That's where you live now.
GG, easy get wrecked.
Haha.
GG, easy get wrecked.
I'll let you out later. But for now, that's where you live. My freedom taken in but an instant. Look, it's what happened.
Oh.
Started patching out this hole. It'll take me 2 days to finish everything.
My sir, you had this coming for you. What do you have to say? Yep, baguettes, sourdough. Alas, croissant, bagels, sourdough, baguettes, Matilda. Okay. Shenanigans are occurring. Okay. I'm going to cancel the ad for now. I don't think I have enough income. Stop advertising. Yeah.
Oh, you should. Oh.
Huh?
Well, at least you're not giving your cousin money.
Alas. So, yeah. I wonder what lies beyond. Well, we'll find out eventually, I guess.
Cynthia.
Yeah. Eventually everything will be patched up.
Eventually.
Some point in the future.
Some point far away.
I wish there was a guide for this game, but I can't find anything on it. I'm so sad.
I think everything I found out was like on my own. It's a small enough game that if you like play through it like 3 times, you'll basically know everything about it.
I see.
Yes, chicken guests. Ooh. Oh no, chef, but I only have a... This place looks like it needs some serious cleaning. And more. I'm Catherine and this is Emily. We saw your advertisement in the newspaper and thought we might check this place out while we look for work. I'm chef and Catherine is a maid. What a coincidence, we're looking for a chef and maid to work here. Really, we'd like to stay at least one night before accepting your job. Rating greater than 0 will convince us that this place has potential.
Do you have a room available? The only thing you must have is breakfast. The most important meal of the day.
If you don't mind sleeping together, sure.
I'll try not to breathe in. Oh, sorry, that's you.
We'll try not to breathe in the dust during our stay. Okay. Pretty lady? Do you want to do her? Or...
Sure. Greetings. I'm a contractor of the opera company, and we're performing in one of the towns nearby. There are 4 singers with the company, and you'll probably see at least one of us here every 3 days.
Ah. Room with
Can
a
I get
dressing
over the
table.
dressing table?
Do I have one? Ooh, yes. That. Oh, the mouse overrode some bit. So let's see. Opera. So by 3 days, does it mean 3 plus the current day, or day 9? Or does it mean 3 after? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know.
Yes. Let's give you this one. Yeah, to the yellow room.
I can
Sorry.
see. I can see the game.
This dude will just never get to stay with us. Whoops.
Well,
Let me see.
That's on floppery.
Look, it just happens. Yes, I'm done. I only have... I want to remind you... Oh. Oh. Hello?
It's supposed to be me.
Yeah.
Can I see the game? I still can't see the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
It's like black screened. I said earlier I can't see the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have difficulties processing what people are saying.
Like I can hear the music, but I can't see the game because it's black screen on Discord.
I don't think the game uses like the normal. Can you see it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to do something very janky. Give me a second. So I'm going to create an OBS projector and share the OBS projector. Which is super janky, but change window. Okay. So now you're looking at the game through OBS.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh.
By the way, I just wanted to remind you that it's important to stock all your guests during check-in, even if you don't have room for them. Very often, they can help you achieve your tasks,
I mean, I probably should have talked to him.
and you'll probably find it useful to keep an eye on your to-do list and task screen as well, to make sure you don't have anything pending.
A good thing I kept the add-on for one day. I don't have enough income to do things. Let me check. What was I? Tasks. Hire chef, hire maid, have 4 guest rooms. Yeah. Let's talk to you. Emily went to grab something from the cafe in the village. Meanwhile, I'm envisioning what this place would look like with a proper cleanup. Let's go talk to Chef Lady.
had a good talk with Yolanda. She's certainly passionate about cooking, and her breads are amazing.
Oh, neat. We'll
I don't know what this
probably-
was I was putting on.
Anytime. Let's see, we'll probably, Oh, I remember where the opera lady hangs out. I think it's here. No? Where does she hang out? I'll find you! Well, she doesn't hang out there.
Library?
Perhaps? No.
Weird.
Maybe I missed her.
She isn't here. She must be in one of the stores then in the village.
Obviously the weapon store. No. Obviously the newspaper store. No. Here. Oh, she just doesn't exist.
Weird.
Hmm.
Maybe she's actually in her room. Although I don't think I can usually enter the rooms while the guests... Yeah, it's assigned to a guest, can't go in there. Well,
I guess she just doesn't exist, she just disappeared.
yeah.
She's so skinny that like whenever she goes away she just disappears.
Ooh. Actually, let me save the game real quick. We are going to take a real quick break. Going to... Maybe she's in jail. Maybe. Probably you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
GG, easy, get wrecked.
Okay.
Cheater.
Gonna take a quick break. Gonna run some ads. If you have a subscription, you won't see anything. But if you don't, I'm sorry, you will see them. But don't worry, you won't miss a thing. I will be stepping away for a brief moment and then come back and do a stretchy. In the meantime, you can get yourself something to drink, stand up, don't hurt your back, and I shall see you all in a few moments. Bye.
Yes. Hello.
Um,
Apologies, that took a little longer than I expected. Let's do a little stretchy real quick. So how's everyone holding up?
I'm just here.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, I just like put it up games and I was like, oh yeah, I can do weeklies.
Alright.
Yeah.
Those things.
Oh, my history is halfway through Friendship Level 9.
Actually, I wanted to check something real quick.
What would that be?
I was wondering if I actually got the engine this thing is running on correctly.
It is RPG Maker. You were right. You were correct about that.
Yeah, RPG Maker. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. What was I doing? Did I already look at everything? Yes, I think I did.
But I have the BRB for
Okay. No worries. I feel like my stick could have been gone better. I think a tip of 16 gold is fair. I'm going to tell the other opera singers about this place. It's such a beautiful area. The best we can say is that we slept. Here's a tip of 52 gold for you. Catherine and I love this rounding. We'd like to take up the challenge of making this place successful. That's wonderful news. Welcome to the family. You can hire us on a day-to-day basis, but first, let's clean this place up thoroughly and restock your pantry. You certainly look much better. You can now hire us when you choose your amenities for the day. Yay! You just completed the 2 requirements needed to become a 2-star inn. By the way, I should warn you that since I'm responsible for keeping the manor clean, if you don't hire me for 2 consecutive days or more, there's a high probability spiders will infest the library again. Unfortunately, the same goes for the rats in the kitchen. If for some reason you're unable to hire me for 2 consecutive days or more, so do keep that in mind. AKA always have them on. Even though that costs money. I'm done. Awesome. Sing Frank, working upstairs, brings back memories of when the manor was in a much better shape. I used to go fishing whenever I had free time back then, but I digress. Token chicken guest. Oh wait, I can. No, not there. Rooms, amenities. Ooh, they're expensive, but. Let's keep them for now. And then guests. Oh wait. Next visit, day 8. Oh, they're coming on day 7, which is today. So let's have a room open for them. Next visit. 8, 7. Double bed, writing desk, which is a room we have set up. Then I don't know who else will come. We should probably ¿cómo se dice? Switch to... No, let's do that when we actually get our stars up. We should actually probably do something about advertising, but I think the rooms we have are good right now. Yeah. I'll be done tomorrow. Awesome. Oh yes, let's do you. There you go. Perfect. We'll be in the library after this while Pierre's thinking of taking a walk down the village. Can I get a room, possibly one with a writing desk? Also, I hope you have a well-trained chef. My stomach is very sensitive. Let's do this one since we have a chef. You are most kind, Eleanor. I shall go down to the general store after this to examine the merchandise there. Well, yep. You'll see them around the manor at the time. I encourage you to talk to them. You can go to bed when you're done. Yeah. I love trying new recipes. Would you like some waffles with bananas and bacon and maple syrup? Yes, please. Looks like you're enjoying it. Yeah.
Interesting. So now there is a new sound effect for whenever we defeat a boss.
Oh.
Like a wiggly. Yeah. It's like a...
Alright, the week just started. I need to fight God again. What a wonderful collection of books you have here. Very mandatory weekly beating of God. Sometimes, when I'm cleaning the manor while guests are checking out, I'll find items that they left behind. For instance, today we have a diary. You can have it. Talk to me here, when you're at leisure, to see if I found any items. I have no idea, but they certainly have very untidy handwriting. Sometimes during check-in, a guest will ask you about an item they lost during their previous day. If you return the item, their guest rating will increase by 20 points. Or you can sell the items instead. I believe the general store will buy them. But when you don't return an item to a guest when they request for it, their guest rating will fly by 20 points. But these changes in the guest ratings are temporary. They are apply only to the current stay. I'll keep whatever items I find till you talk to me. Then I'll hand them over to you. Note that you can only carry up to 12 units of each item, so you can't have more than 12 diaries, for example. I'll have to throw the 13th diary away. Thanks, Zen. Down in the cold, hard cell floor and go to sleep. Alas, Ralphie. We couldn't afford a bed. Yep. Good night, Ralphie. Have good rest. Thank you for stopping by. Tasks. Can I achieve that rating? Look, dude, I just want to buy stuff from you. Though the store might have more items for sale, but perhaps this is just how it is in small villages. Just know that I will break free one day and I will be unstoppable. We'll see about that, Ralphie. We'll see. After Frank fixes up the manor, we'll probably run the advertisement again. Oh, How dare you throw me into the void like that? Oh, woo! Well, I can't think of anything else to do. Don't have magnifying glass, can't do much of anything. Also, I thought... Oh wait, they did come. Auto saving game. Oh, there's a note here. It's from Frank. He said everything's all fixed up now and he moved to 2 columns on the 2nd floor. Yay! That means our guest rating has improved too. We should talk to Woodhouse after I check everyone out. We wish there were more things to see and do around here. Here's a tip of 41 gold for you. Don't forget, if you achieve 3 stars by day 15, the railway company will build a train station to the village. I'll be back on day 11. Day 11. Awesome, awesome. I wish there was a bellhop to help with the bags. Here's a tip of 53 gold for you. I'll stay here again the next time I'm in the area. Unfortunately, I do not know when that will be. But soon, I hope. Yep. We made a profit of 134 gold. We now have access to the 2 remaining bedrooms on the 2nd floor, and that fulfills one of the requirements for becoming a 2-star inn. Raising room prices may lead to higher room revenue, but only if your guests are able to afford it. Note that the larger rooms, the orange and green rooms, are more expensive for guests than the smaller rooms, the blue and yellow rooms. Some of your guests, like Lance, Maria, and Pierre, have a budget of 60 gold per person. A general rule of thumb is that they are able to stay in any one of the 4 bedrooms when the price level is cheap, assuming, of course, that the room is configured to their needs. However, if you raise the prices level to standard, only the 2 smaller bedrooms will fit those guests' budget. If you increase the price level further to expensive, the cheaper rooms will be 80 gold per guest, so guests with budgets of 60 gold per person won't be able to stay here at all. A higher budget of 90 or 100 gold per person is also very common amongst your current guests. Guests with this standard are able to stay in any of the 4 bedrooms at both the cheap and standard price levels. If you raise your life level to expensive, they'll be able to stay at the inn as long as they can fit in one of the smaller bedrooms, since the larger bedrooms will now be too expensive for them. At 120 gold per person, I recommend sticking to cheap prices for now, since most of your guests have rather low budgets. You can consider raising your prices after you reach 2 or 3 stars. Even then, note the higher prices may lead to higher room revenue, but cheaper prices boost our guest rating, which lead to more potential guests visiting the inn and higher tips. And getting a guest rating of 140 or higher, with at least 4 guest rooms occupied, will result in the prestigious Country's Best Inn Award, so do keep that in mind as we gain more stars. We can now walk around the manor or village and yes. Well, let's set up the 2 rooms. Doesn't look like it's in bad shape. Oh yeah, this room's thing is out of order. Let's set this room up. Move downstairs, place the... Can it be fixed? No, it says that would require a more skilled person than the village builder to fix it. So for now, I'm afraid to guess this won't be able to have any firewood. Let's do 2 single beds. And a writing area. Fireplace is currently out of order.
I have returned, besties.
Hello.
I'm here to clear the air.
Let's do this in the sitting area.
Ooh, you got more rooms? Let's go.
Yeah.
Love that.
we can start up advertising again. Modify it. Clean and well maintained. Peaceful area. Let's do charming. Quaint. Yeah, we'll keep that.
Can I voice Rudolph next time?
Oh.
Where he like speaks or something.
Yeah.
I want to take over Rudolph. I thought it was a woman at first, and then it said like he, and I'm like, oh, that's why I didn't take him.
Total cost is 100. Hahaha. We'll see if we can sustain that. Only you two showed up. Joy. Yeah, let's see. Let's throw you in there, and then have to throw you one of these.
This hotel actually has gotten very clean. Damn.
Yeah. All of the things have been patched up.
That's good. So he actually stayed true to his word. Love that.
Yeah. Let's see. What else can I put on waffles? Let's see. No lost items. Can we go up there yet? No.
Yeah.
Oh, the roof has been fixed. Awesome.
Yes.
Let's bumble around in town.
Can you actually change wallpaper later?
Wallpaper? I don't think so.
Oh, that's boring.
Frank sometimes makes toys for me out of food when he's not too busy. Aw, what a neat dude.
It's nice to live in a place where the roof doesn't leak.
Yep.
I was over at the fountain when it was working. Tried to fix up a pipes and pumps and it's not my cup of tea.
Ah, gorimashita. Oh, the pillars are here now. Or have they always been here? These are the columns that used to be in the manor. I wonder where Frank originally got them. They look ancient. Huh. Let's see. Oh, anyone in there? You have anything to say? Yep. 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 Still nothing interesting. Okay. I'm going to run the ad today and turn it off tomorrow. Cause, it's expensive. Father's Lounge. Day 11. Meadows comfort if nothing else. Someday. Ooh, made a loss. Yeah, I'm gonna go, turn off advertisement. Because you're, like, basically a scam.
Damn, she's zooming though.
Yeah. Oof, 140 gold. Look at them. Thought we'd try to... Greetings, young lady. My wife and I saw your advertisement in a newspaper and thought we'd try this place out. Should I? Or...
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
We prefer to visit on odd days. It depends on how well we feel. I'd like a room with a sitting area and double bed. Breakfast and some firewood to keep our old bones warm would be good too.
Ooh, I don't think I have... Aww. I don't have a double bed for you. This room isn't correct. Aww. I want to put you there. Let me... Gosh dang it. I hope you'll be able to find something for us. I need my afternoon nap. I'm sorry.
Can we get a room with a dressing table?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't have fire, so we'll avoid people putting here as much as possible. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, oh yeah. Ooh, more money or more satisfaction. I think we need to recoup some of our costs.
Let's say satisfaction.
Okay. You are most kind, Eleanor. Yep. I'm sorry, old people. I'll prepare a room for you next time. Yes, I'm done.
Remember, old people always come in on odd days. So like
Yeah.
11 and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So my cat is sleeping right next to me. So cute.
Aw.
No.
Little sausage.
Oh, so they read the newspaper. Which means I need to... I would need the newspaper running for them to come. But it's expensive.
You only have to do that on like days that are even.
I mean, true. Oh well, let's run around, see what happens. Did I already do that yet? I don't know. Do you have new items yet? No. What I think I need to do is I think I need to focus on raising my in level, which means I have to make a profit of 180. So I think...
Yeah, and the trained people wanted you to get to 3 stars by day 15.
Yeah. It'd be lovely to see some fresh flowers around. It's very convenient.
Oh, I forgot this is my voice. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, thank you. Profit of 19 gold. Oof. I think I'll have to do this. I have to disable them for 1 day. And then just now.
There's some new people.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Shirley. It's my little brother, Walter.
Hello, miss. We plan to visit Descent every 3 days because my sister just started working on a case in the neighboring village, and I'm helping her. A case? Are you a doctor?
I'm a consulting detective, and I solve mysteries for people all over the country. I can tell there's something troubling you. On the fact that you have 3 strands of white hair.
Wow, that's some amazing detective work. Yeah, isn't she great?
If you can find us a room for tonight, we can give you tips on the problems you're trying to solve for a fee. It's completely optional, but you may find it helpful if you're stuck on something.
We're not picky about rooms, but it'd be cool to have one with a single bed and a snack bar in case we get hungry at night. Yeah. This is a snack bar, but no fire. Well, this is their happiest room, actually. Yeah. Thanks, we'll go down to this village this afternoon. I've stayed at the inn 3 times now, and I've started appreciating its architecture more and more. I'd love to build a miniature model of the manor, but I need to stay the night in order to complete my measurements. Let's see what's available. This has everything you want inside it. Excellent, I'm planning to spend the afternoon outside taking measurements of the manor. I forgot that she did that. Oh, awesome, we did that today. We fulfilled the advancement. 1,000 gold from
Ooh.
association. We're now officially 2-star establishment. Let's see, unlock the wine cellar, hire a receptionist, earn at least 120 gold in tips.
They give you a lot of tips, so that should be easy.
Yeah. Now I don't feel bad about... Oh, I should probably... Oh, I don't think I can do that during leisure. I have to do that during
And you
setup.
you still need grease, I think, right?
Yeah, which is from here. When, maybe tomorrow, when, you know, everything properly.
Right.
I was hoping to find a better selection of candy here, but there's only licorice. Why would that be the one candy you're selling?
Gross. And I didn't even like licorice. Let me take a look. Hold on.
I recommend doing test screen often. See if you have anything pending in your to-do list. But if you're not quite sure what to do next, I can try to help. Your first consultation with the world's greatest detective. That's me, by the way. It's free. But beyond that, you'll have to pay me for each question I answer, and the fee will increase by 50 gold each time. The questions that you can ask me and my answers will change over time depending on what's currently on your to-do list. You're warned though, getting tips from me makes the game much easier. You may have more fun trying to solve things on your own. Shall I constellation? You've asked me 0 questions so far, and my fee is currently 0 gold.
I'm going to say no, for now.
Well, here's an example of my brilliant perceptive powers. That wrinkle I see on your jacket shows that you've been wearing the same clothes for many days now.
Oh, you know, she's not wrong.
And that's a GG easy get wrecked.
Nah.
Anyway.
Yep. Okay. I think there's much I can do here. I'm almost done with my measurements with the manor.
I feel like you could eventually start bumping up the price.
Yeah. That the Yeah. When I have enough money to pay off the loan, I can look at the letter from the bank here on the desk and see how I should send the payment. Well, we don't have that money, so, rip. Oh, there's a note here for me. It's from Nobby. He has some new items in stock, so we should go talk to him.
Yes.
Wait, ship is it the wrong place? Hold on a minute.
This place wasn't so bad. Here's a tip of 56 gold for you.
See you again on day 13. Day 13. Detective. Bed. Snack. What else? Oh! The void. It has spoken to me. It's hungry, it wants a snack. Curtains would be nice, it's too bright in the morning. Here's a tip of 26 gold for you. You'll probably see me again someday. Awesome. I'm done. Ah, 222 gold.
Oh my god, that was very good.
Yeah. Okay. That was profit, not tips. So we'll talk to Nobby, and actually what I'll do real quick is re-enable the maid and chef. Since I can afford them once again. Theoretically. Let's also save the game. So talk to Nobby. Now that you've started operating the manor as an inn, I stocked upon a couple of things that I thought you might be interested in. Since there are more people visiting the village these days, I've been thinking of upgrading the store and getting more items in stock. In order to do that, I'm going to need some money. Would you be willing to lend me 1,000 gold? I'll be able to get new goods in 3 days' time, and I'll pay you back then. I hope you'll offer me reasonable interest rate. In fact, if you're willing to just give me the money without expecting any repayment, I could try shortening the waiting time from 3 days to 2 days. I do need that back, and 3... Ooh. I'm going to need it sooner rather than later. Because of the train people. I probably want to get the grease soon. Yeah, take it, no strings attached. Awesome. Oh, one for each guest room. Let's do this. And I have enough, so yeah. We should probably increase the, Let me check the guests, all guests. Yeah, rooms. Let's do
Standard.
standard.
Would be reasonable.
Yeah. We'll go. We'll go one more day without ads and then run with ads.
As well, I now have every single TP and set with the 70 Subaru.
I really need to go through and get all of them.
Now I can finally go everywhere.
Awesome.
Whenever I want.
Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, that would be me.
Cuz, I need your help. My stock caught on fire while I was cooking this morning. Fortunately, nothing was damaged, but my house is filled with smoke. I'll have the windows open, but it'll take at least a day for the house to air out. I'm sure you'll be kind enough to let me stay tonight. And I have a hankering that you've done, see what you've done to Agatha's front bedroom too, the orange room. Needless to say, I'll pay the full price of 90 gold. So, can I stay in the orange room?
Sure. This is my chance to check out Rudolph's house while he's gone.
Thanks, Kaz. You're the best. I go home now to pack a few things and... Gosh, I'm so exhausted from this morning's mishap that I just spreads in the room the whole time here.
Let's see. Can I fit you all in? I don't remember. A double bed with and this doesn't have a writing desk. Does he need a writing desk? Okay, well, I'll shove you here. And then you go here. Ooh, one with a writing desk. This doesn't have a writing desk, but you can stay here. My apologies, my good sir. It's early afternoon, so it's time for guests to check in. Wait, that's not the voice I gave her. Yeah. Let's see. I feel like doing that does something. I forget what.
Time to snoop.
Yeah. Yes. I hope no one sees me. Kiddo's harder than it looks. When I leave, I can just go out through the front door. There's no reason to climb out the window. I don't smell any smoke. I think Rudolph was lying. Well, let's see what I can find in the house. There's an apple here along with a few receipts dating from the past 4 years. The amounts on the receipts are small, ranging from 20 to 50 gold, but there's no mention for what they're for. There's a note scrawled at the bottom of one of the receipts. Thank you for your continued support, Vincent. Ooh, don't take the perfume. Let's see. Well, looks like Rudolph has expensive tastes. I see a lot of designer clothes and silk ties. Let's see what else he has. There are several pocket watches and some jewelry here. They look quite valuable. No, don't take it. I'm not gonna steal from Rudolph. Leftovers in the pot. Found another book from the Charles Dickens collection. The title is Great Expectation, and it's the 13th novel he wrote. I now have 17 out of 15 books. Copy of newspapers here. Some beer and an apple. Rudolph seems to be writing an article on art appreciation. Oh, pretty. But did I check this? No. Okay. Doesn't appear there's too much of interest. Let's see, about books and art and artists. I see. Interesting. Have anything to say? Oh, you already said that.
Rip.
Just take a look. Yeah. Hello, you. I already said that. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, let me out. Let me out.
Let me out.
Let's see, you. Okay. On day 13 is when you'll have better stock. Okay. I don't think there's much else for me to do. I don't have access to the magnifying glass. And nothing much else I can do. Alas.
I think we can progress now.
Yeah. Yeah. Day 14. Yeah, we'll try. Oh?
I wonder where they could be. I searched everywhere. Maybe I should look in the blue room instead. Oh, Kaz, didn't see you there. Thank you for letting me stay here. Here's a tip of 41 gold to show my appreciation for your help. By the way, watch out for that vault house. It always seemed a little shady to me. About didn't let anyone go into his bedroom.
Because it's his bedroom?
Anyway, you take care now.
That's a good point. I sure hope Woodhouse doesn't turn out to be an axe murderer. I don't think Woodhouse locks the door to his bedroom, but he's always around, so I can't even sneak in. Maybe I can try to get him out of the house somehow. He said he likes fishing. If I give him the fishing rod I found in the pantry, it's likely he'll go outside for a while. I'll talk to him after all the guests have checked out. Madam. Slowly. Well, we don't have flowers. I'm done. Oh, awesome! We got a lot of tips today. So we got that checked off. Made a good profit, too. Hey, do you want this? Say, Woodhouse, I found this fishing rod in the pantry. You wouldn't happen to have a use for it, would you?
I believe that's mine. I couldn't remember where I had put it. We don't have any guests here at the moment, so do you mind if I go fishing?
Not at all. Take as long as you want. Now's my chance to see what Woodhouse is hiding in his bedroom. Dun 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 dun. It's a cat! Though I have no idea why Woodhouse wants to keep it a secret.
It's because your Aunt Agatha hated pets and she would have fired me if she knew I had one. And when you moved in, I thought it'd be better to get to know you first and see how you felt about pets.
I thought you were fishing.
I sat there fishing for about 5 minutes. I realized that fishing was actually is very boring. Do you want to allow pets in the manor?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good news indeed. Was it Rudolph perhaps who made you suspicious of me? Well, happy for me to speak badly of your cousin, but I heard some strange noises last night when I brought him for a cup of coffee in his room. Seemed to be knocking on the walls of the orange room.
Why would he do that?
I guess that Rudolph believes that your Aunt Agatha hid something very valuable somewhere in this house.
Wow, a hidden treasure? How exciting! But if Aunt Agatha had anything of value that she could sell, why did she still take out a loan from the bank? Or, perhaps she borrowed money in order to buy something. Anyway, even though Rudolph may have given up on the orange room, I'm guessing that the broken fireplace holds a clue, so I'm going to start there.
Very well then. Now if you'll excuse me, I think Hercule wants some food.
Aw, his name's Hercule. Now we can go in here freely. I love him! Hercule is sleeping. I better not disturb him. New picture? Aw, he really
Oh my
likes
God,
the
it's so
kitty.
cute.
Woodhouse must have paid someone to take it. I see Moby Dick and the Hunchback of Notre Dame here, along with... I found another book in the Charles Dickens collection. The title is Bleak House, and it's the 9th novel he wrote. I now have 8 out of 15 books. Eek, a rat! Oh, it's just Hercules' toy, but it looks so realistic. I bet Hercule loves playing with this cat tower. I'm picturing Woodhouse running around with this and Hercule chasing after him. That sounds so silly. This must be Hercules' food and water bowl. I think he likes fish. This would house his wardrobe. I think the cat stops you from getting certain guests, but I love him, so I don't care.
And we're keeping him, period.
Yes. Oh, it's set up. Wait. Rooms, amenities. So it looks like you can turn it on and off, but I'll keep it on because I like him. Okay, set up. Let's check in town real quick. Let's see what's what. Yep.
Same old, same old.
Don't have anything just yet.
What about ads?
Yeah.
Matt Henley.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I think at this rate you can afford advertising pretty much every day.
Yeah. As long as I have 4 guests. I didn't even talk to you. No. I still can't go up here. Well, let's open up. Wait, don't check in guests yet. It looks pretty much like a normal fireplace. Let me see if I can get a closer look at the flute. Hey, it's barely noticeable, but I think one of the bricks way up there looks a little out of place. There's no way for me to reach it, but maybe I'll meet someone who can climb up the flute. Oh. Yeah. Oh, right. Let's ask you. At least one of us.
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm a baritone with the opera company, and Ulrika told us there was a convenient place to stay at. You'll probably see at least one of us here every 3 days. I want a room with a dressing table, and absolutely, positively no wine. As I can't resist if I see it, and I hope you employ a decent chef.
Yes. Ooh. That's gonna be awkward since the lady also needs a dressing table, and I don't think she can stay inside just because it's out of the budget. But he's new. Yeah.
I suppose that's accepted. Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. I do have a room, but it's too expensive for you.
Not a budget. Sorry, girlie.
I completed the miniature model of the manor. My architecture professor was very pleased with it, and I'd like to gift it to you. Oh, thank you. Not only is it a work of art, it's a perfect replica of the manor too. It even has little dolls to represent Woodhouse and myself. I'm going to display it in the library. You can take this room. I'm sorry, madam. but our rooms are too expensive. Okay, so it looks like if we want the troupe to stay here, I need to reorganize or the rooms a little bit. Guess I'm done.
Oh,
I heard a woman and a daughter moved recently to the village. Why don't you pay them a visit? We live just north of the manor. Feel free to wherever you like, and go to bed when you're done. By the way, remember how Catherine said that she occasionally fights items lost by guests? We want to talk her about it now, and then when you're at leisure, she's upstairs.
Yeah, first Kitty. Hello there, were you waiting for me to come by and say hi?
Here are lost and found items. Teddy bear, pocket watch.
Awesome. And you have anything new?
Only what else you can put on the waffles.
I see. Well, let's go poking around.
It's open.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello there. You must be my neighbor Eleanor. I'm Meg. Howdy, you're running in the inn. Some guests might be interested in the fresh fruits and vegetables I sell here. I also offer horse riding lessons. Do you remember my daughter Beth? She's in the house.
What does she feel about moving here?
She's a very bubbly creature. She's been a little downtree that doesn't know anyone here in the village. I wonder maybe she'll find something to occupy her free time.
I see. Well, let's go talk to her. Hello, madam.
Yours again.
Okay. Hiya! So you're the owner of the inn, huh? I'm sure you need a lot of people to help you keep everything running smoothly. Actually, I'm looking for a receptionist to help me keep track of the guests. Would you be interested in that job? That sounds like it could be fun, but can you do me a favor? Now that we moved out of the city, the skies are clear enough for me to finally see the stars. I'd love to have a telescope. I don't have a telescope, but I'll keep an eye out for one. Oh, maybe the store will have it now since it's day 12.
Didn't you say day 13 now?
13 if we asked him to pay us back. But I didn't
that is
ask him to
true.
pay us back, so he'll have it.
That is true.
I don't see why it's so great that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. After all, a garlic a day keeps everyone away. Not wrong. Hello, Percy.
Please, garlic is delicious. What's wrong with garlic?
The horse looks a little skittish. The horse is adorable. There's a huge pile of
Tiana
rocks
was
here.
here,
Look. Huh?
I was gonna say, if Tiana was here, she would agree with me.
Yeah. Walking entrance to the cave. Oh, there's a well here. Hello, well. I'll throw in a coin. World peace, world domination, world chocolate. World chocolate.
peace.
Okay,
Okay, well.
fine.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hey, please don't throw anything down the well. I used to water my crops. Now I don't want it to become contaminated.
Oops. Maybe I should have wished that Meg wouldn't yell at me. Ah.
Well. It got girly.
Yeah, let's go here. Wait. Did it change? Oh, was it
I
day?
was right. I was right.
Right, I can't do math. 2 plus 1 is 3. You know? I am
I
smart.
told you day 13, doggo. What the fuck?
I wonder if I'll actually get to 3 stars. Ooh, we'll see. I think that's all I can do today. Yeah. Yep. I just remembered the general store should have more items in stock today. I should go check it out.
Oh, let me listen.
If only there was a lounge where guests could relax and enjoy some music. Here's a tip of 56 gold for you. The opera company visits this area every 3 days.
Yep. Curtains would be nice. It's too bright in the morning. Here's a tip of 38 gold for you. You'll probably see me again someday. Oh, right. I wanted to... Yeah, I'm done. Oh, we made a loss. Well, time to cancel the ad again.
I think you're running too many like amenities that are like unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, I think the chef I should keep all the time. And then we'll on and off the,
The maid.
yeah. Oh. The cat costs a lot.
Yeah, you might have to turn it off.
I'm sorry, kitty. I love you, but, oof.
Rip.
Oh, you're jump roping. I bought the skip rope at the general store. Miss Eleanor, welcome to my upgraded store. Check out my new items.
Grease. Oh my god. And a
Yeah.
telescope, let's go.
Heck
We have everything
yeah.
now. And you can get to 3 stars before day 15, let's go.
Yeah, we'll get this later. Cancel ad now or cancel ad tomorrow?
Later, I think later. I think right now the ad is good.
Okay, we just had to sacrifice the maid and the cat. I'm sorry, kitty. I love you.
Kitty
Let's-
costs literally the same amount of gold as an ad, so like, what the hell?
Look, cats are expensive.
I mean, they are, I would know that.
Did you find a telescope? Yes, I did. Here's the telescope. You're amazing, thanks. You can now hire me from the amenities staff. Yay, now who feels? Why don't you talk to my mom again? I'm sure she'd enjoy the company.
I planted some strawberry seeds a while back, and we're waiting for them to germinate. A bunch of plants have been dismally uncooperative as well. Don't you have any farming books at that great big manor of yours? I'd like to get some pointers.
I'll see what I can find. Oh, I think we do actually. There's a book here called The Farmer's Guide to Scientific and Practical Agriculture. I should give this to Meg. Okay, she already said that. Yes, I found one in my library. Here's The Farmer's Guide to Scientific and Practical Agriculture.
That's wonderful. I'm going to read this from cover to cover. Why don't you come back in a couple of days' time and see if there have been any improvements?
Awesome. We did it. And also... Hey, Woodhouse, I have grease and a hammer. Let's open this trap door.
First, we'll spray the lock with grease and lubricate it. Now, let's use the hammer to gently knock off some of the rust. We can get rid of the grease and the hammer since we no longer need them. Let's see if the key works now.
Yay, we now have access to the cellar. Let's go check it out. What the? You were right behind me. How did you get here so fast?
The skill taught at butling school. I got an A+ in it.
Okay. I have the strangest feeling that there used to be another room here. I used to play hide and seek here as a child, so I remember it quite well. No, it's just a solid wall, but I can't shake off that feeling. Perhaps I should look for a building plan of the manor. I should think about where it's likely to be found.
If you have any wine at the moment, we can easily stock up on some. You can now select it as an amenity. It'll cost 30 gold per day.
Unlocking the wine cellar fulfills one of the requirements for getting 3 stars. Yay! I fulfilled all the requirements needed to advance to 3 stars. This means we're getting a reward of 1,500 gold from Dissociated, bed breakfast, and inns, and I forget what else. We are now officially a 3-star establishment. We achieved 3 stars by day 15. I should talk to Mary and Pierre the next time I see them about getting a train station built here. What other tasks? Earn at least 500 gold in profit. Haha. Hire a bellhop. Oof. Hire a gardener. Neat. Furnish the lounge. Ah. There's a magnifying glass here. I should use it on a painting to Weaver on the 2nd floor. I found another book from the Charles Dickens collection. This title is Barnaby and Rouge, and it is the 5th novel he wrote. I now have 9 out of 15 books. Okay. Well... currently not making too much of a profit, so,
Well,
we aren't going to worry about that just yet. Use magnifying glass. V. Or down. That's fascinating. Looks like a V. I wonder what that stands for. I wonder if there are any other paintings sitting in the manor. Well, there's this one. I don't see anything unusual in the painting. No hidden V or anything else. Paintings. Alright, check there. Okay, we don't have a place to store the furniture. I guess.
zoom.
Let's see, right now it's set up. So let's see, let's check. So we've taken off the maid for today, taken off that for today. Because we're broke. Have the advertisement on right now. Oh, I can turn it on and off from here? Thank goodness. Oh, the accuracy dropped a little bit. I guess it's because we're technically slightly... Okay... Oh, right, receptionist. Okay, no, we need to have receptionist, because that's actually very useful.
Well,
Let's see, today is day 13. So Shirley and Walter are coming today. They like single beds and a snack bar. I have room for them. Ooh, and they might come today since the newspaper is running.
yeah, and I think they like a double bed and a sitting like,
Double bed,
place.
sitting area. Right.
I would do like a small room for them or something.
Yeah. Choose layout, double bed, sitting area. Plus. Guest, yes. Single bed, snack bar, okay. Dressing table, annoying.
Rudolph doesn't like pets, interesting.
Huh. Oh, right. If I remember, he's allergic.
Yay.
Wait. Oh, wait. Likes pets. Yes. No. Indifferent. So he doesn't. Indifferent. Oh, Oh, they don't like pet. Okay, so maybe we should keep pets off until they do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So on day 15, we can turn pets back on if we... And we should probably turn on reception.
ASAP.
Oops. Yeah. Because that's actually very useful. It's expensive, but very useful. And also, let's save. I think I've set up all I can. Yeah, 190 gold. Oh, hello, you're doing a receptionist job. I've met so many people since I started working here, and the job's pretty easy too. All I have to do is keep track of when a guest plans to return to the inn. Please tell me more. As you can imagine, this room will be useful in helping you plan out what kind of amenities to select and how to configure the guest rooms. However, please note that the future guest list is not set in stone. For example, it will not include any guests who have never visited the inn before. And on some rare occasions, a guest may change his or her mind about visiting the inn for some reason or other. Regardless, I hope you find the list of future guests helpful. Let's get you a room. There we go. And then you're our tip system. Oh, but you're 2 people. Oh, it's so weird how the snack bar provides them more happiness than having a fire does.
So you mean one of their likes is the snack bar?
Yeah. Oh,
Because the kid likes the snack bars.
yeah. Then... Oh yeah, here you go. Let's see.
Perfect. I think you can stay in that room.
Yeah. Well, did I talk to everyone?
Finally, Johan got a room with everything that he likes.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Let's go talk around town. On day 15. Okay. Wasn't all that important, so I'm gonna skip that.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna hop off because I do want to stream for a little bit. So
Oh, okay.
hope you don't
I'm not
mind me leaving.
I'm not gonna go for too much longer. So.
Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna hop off for now. Thanks
Yee.
for having me.
Oh, it's nice having you.
Yes, I'll talk to you later. Wait, where did the ultimate go? Oh,
I don't know.
I'm
You
still
should-
here. I was kind
Oh.
of lurking because I was eating.
No
Oh.
worries.
Well.
I don't want to do ASMR.
Mhm.
Yeah, no eating sounds, please. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later if y'all wanna go catch my stream.
Yee.
See you on your stream.
See you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I wish the menu offered a wider selection of items. Oh, it's nice to rest my feet for a bit. It's nice to see new faces in the village. I only have so many old people voices. Sound of me clearing that. The variety of goods for sale here is impressive. I tried some habanero candy and boy, it's spicy. Yeah, let's get this. wondering if you have a building plan of the manor. Of course you do. All my building plans are in the corner of this room. Corner? Of room? Corner. Oh, corner. There's a building plan for the manor, and it shows me how to access the storeroom for the cellar. Stand in front of the secret entrance and press the 9th brick from the left, 3rd row from the bottom. Can I take this cellar plan, Frank? Sure thing, mate. Your aunt had me move a lot of furniture to the storeroom and close up the entrance. This was maybe a few months before Woodhouse started working for her. Well, I have the cellar plan. Let's go to the storeroom and see what's there.
Yes, room.
Oh. He almost trapped me. Let's
It's funny when it, like...
No, continue.
No, it's funny when in RPG games, like, the NPC movement, like, traps you in a corner, you're like, let me go!
Yeah.
Please!
Yes, you, Damien.
You're like, please, I don't have diagonal movement, let me go!
I need to talk to him during setup. Oh, and you probably have nothing to say. Oh, did you see the rock blocking the entrance to the mine near the farm? Once you reach 4 stars, your guest may be able to help you reopen the mine. Until then, I can't help you with anything. Man, dude. Dude, you got nothing. Okay, I guess one task at a time. I don't know anything about plants or these weeds. Madam. Madam, please. They're bushes! According to the cellar plan, the switch to open the door to the storeroom is the 9th brick from the left, 3rd from the row bottom to the bottom. How marvelous! Let's get rid of the cellar plan and see what's through here. Ah, here are the piano and pool table that used to be in a lounge on the 2nd floor. And there's so much other furniture here too. Enough to furnish another bedroom, I'd say. And in a much grander manner than our other bedrooms too. All this furniture.
How did they even get all this stuff here?
Carefully. All this furniture is very heavy, so we need to hire 2 more persons before the staff and I can move it. I'll get right on it. What do you mean? Hire a gardener, hire a bellhop. Interesting. Decorative vase, celestial orb, a wreath, some landscape prints, and other things that can be displayed on the wall. How long have you been sitting there, sir? Just kidding. Statue of a woman? It's probably someone famous, but I have no idea who she is. Let's look at the picture normally. Into a V on the rock. Oh, I remember. There's another V in the painting. Perhaps it's the artist's initial. There's no reason to hide this painting away. Let's hang it up in the library. I'll have that done shortly. I have fond memories of playing the duet chopsticks with Aunt Agatha when I was young, but the piano sounds a little off-key right now. But once we get this to the lounge, I'm sure my guests will enjoy playing pool. I don't know how we go about hiring bellhop and all that. Maybe we'll, just find out. Okay. I think we've done everything we can for now. Let's go here and proceed through the day. Actually, oh yeah, the maid's not here today. Sleep. I wonder what's making those mysterious sounds. Maybe I'm just dreaming. Oh, wait a second. I wonder if I should have kept the cats on. We saw a ghost in the blue room last night. It was terrifying. Here's a tip of 40 gold for you. My memory isn't too good nowadays, but seeing your advertisement in a newspaper again might remind us to come back here. We prefer to visit on odd days. We think the manor's haunted. There was a lot of eerie sounds last night. Here's a tip of 44 gold for you. See you on day 16.
I like how they were like, oh, there was a ghost. Here, take your tip.
I wonder if that... ¿Cómo se dice? Did something irreversible in the story, I forget. I couldn't sleep last night with all that loud, scary noise. Here's a tip of 37 gold for you. I'll stay here again the next time in the area. Unfortunately, I do not know when that will be. But soon, I hope. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Guests. Future guests. Available during setup. Okay. There was some very strange noise last night, and they seem to be concentrated in one of the second floor bedrooms. This might lead some of our guests to think the manor is haunted, and is causing our guest rating to plummet. I suggest hiding yourself in a wardrobe in one of the guest bedrooms tonight to investigate. You have to make sure, though, that you don't check in any guests to that room. I'm done.
Maybe the noises were because you also had one.
Had what?
Since you had like 3 out of 4, it was like one vacant room.
Perhaps.
Maybe the ghost was like, oh hey, there's no one here, I can just hang in here for a bit. Imagine. Like a chill ghost. Like a permanent like guest.
Let's not you.
They pay in ghost coins.
Rooms, amenities. Let's turn back on the maid. We're not turning this on just yet. Oh, ghosts, minus 20. How lovely. Guests.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Oh, lamp siren. Okay. So breakfast, firewood. We'll put them inside the 2 small rooms. Which I don't think I need to change anything for them. Future guests, must-haves, none likes, firewood breakfast. Yeah, no, their likes are very, very simple. Oh, they said the blue room. So I can't put them there. So what I'm actually going to do is switch everything to cheap for a moment so that I can put her inside a different room. Because the old couple said blue room. So we'll check there next. Oh yeah, let's don't check and guess yet. Let's edit the advertisement. It's a comfortable and hospitable. Let's try that. It's a delightful area with various enjoyable activities. Let's try that. Charming. Ooh. Maybe it's still this. Is it this? Quiet. Works for me. Okay. So advertisements slightly more accurate now. Yikes. I'm gonna make a loss today. Most likely. Oh my god. Aww. Good morning, my— oh, they're plumbing. We just need a bed though. So we're going to play Snakes and Ladders. We're not going to play Snakes and Ladders, we're going to play the card game Vegetable Hunter. Oh, except pets aren't allowed right now. They come back in 4 days' time. And I saw an advertisement. Let me see here, every 3 days. In fact, I just met a young man. He's charming, friendly, and brave, just like the knight in the novel I'm writing, except that this armor is more grubby than shining, and he says dude a lot. Artistic, but that's usually available only in suites and 4 or 5 star. I'm fine without it too. Well, we want to blue room for us. Gonna shove you here. I just met a girl named Gwen and I told her about the rats and she thought I did an awesome job and I said thanks, dude. Then I said sorry I called you dude. Then she smiled and said no problem. Dude, I'll see you around. She seems very cool. Yeah, let's throw you inside the... well, let's just throw you inside the orange room so I can show the other person inside yellow room. And then throw you in the yellow room. Awesome. I'm sorry, y'all. I want you to stay.
Oh well, guess we'll see them again. What was it, 3-4 days?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this young lady here is keeping track of it all. We can't look at it yet, but... let's go around the village and see what's what. Oh my god. Okay, you're day 15. Having a receptionist is so nice. Yep, you're repeating yourself, madam. After years of people moving out of the village, it's good to see the trend of reversing. It gives me more business too, and I have to say, mate, it's partly thanks to you. Rudolph and I have known each other for years. I really hope I see Gwen again next time. Okay. Oops, ×1. Neat. Investigate. You can hide yourself in a wardrobe in the lower left corner of the room. You can't reconfigure the room while there are guests staying at the inn. It would be too disruptive. Yeah. Let's catch that ghost. I see something out there. I'm going to try to catch it. Hey, you're not a real ghost. I can see your feet underneath that white sheet. Wow, they can really move. Let's give chase. Yikes, there's something here. Ouch! It's too late, they're gone. What did I slip on? It's a half-eaten apple. But the fake ghost dropped it. So it looks like they love eating apples, and I'm pretty sure they're an adult, not a kid. I can look for clues in the villagers' homes tomorrow and confront the person whom I think is the ghost if I want. At the very least, I scared off the ghost, so I don't think they'll come back again. I should go back to my room and get as much sleep as I can. I should see how Meg and the farm are doing. There's room for improvement, but overall, this is a nice inn. Here's a tip of 41 gold. It'd be lovely to see some fresh flowers around. Here's a tip of 77 gold for you. Be back in 17 days if advertised. I had a pleasant stay. Here's a tip of 44 gold for you. You'll probably see me again someday. I'm done. I made a profit of 92 gold. Gosh, is that really you, Eleanor? It's me, Yuna. I used to live in the village with my parents before we moved to the city. Oh yes, I remember you. You used to like making dresses for your dolls. Haha, in a way. I'm still doing that, except that my clients are now a lot bigger and richer. I'm an established tailor now, and even won awards for my designs. Anyway, I heard that the village is growing, and many people were coming to the area because of your inn. And so I thought I'd try moving back here. I feel like I need a change of pace anyway. So come see me soon. My shop is sandwiched between Yolanda's Cafe and the general store. Ciao! You can now walk around. Oh, yes, yes. There we go. Hi, Eleanor. Look at my crops. Don't they look so beautiful and healthy? I can offer strawberry picking and pumpkin carving as additional activities for your guests too. But I'm facing a problem with wolf up on the cliffs to the north. Its howling was frightening off some of the visitors, and I'm also afraid that it might attack my horse. Do you have anyone who might be able to help me deal with this problem? I can pay them, of course. Oh, I think she said something about Lance. Oh, Lance isn't coming for another 3 days, my dude. Whoops.
Oh well.
Likes grapes and apples. Some beer and an apple. Yeah, it's you. So, Rudolph, why have you been pretending to be a ghost and haunting my manor? I don't know what you're talking about. I found this half-eaten apple in the manor last night while I was chasing the ghost, and it clearly points to you being the culprit. Oh man, I never thought my healthy eating habits would lead me to my downfall. Alright, I admit it, I was the ghost. Look, I'm sorry, and I'll reduce the price. You pay for advertising by half. Why did you do it? It was just a prank, that's right. I was upset that Aunt Agatha left the manor to you, so I just wanted to scare you and your guests. Alright then, just don't do it again. I won't. You only need to pay 25 gold per day for advertising from now on. Thanks, cuz.
Hey, per month, 50% discount, let's go.
Heck yeah, now I can actually afford it. Like, nicely.
Yay!
I am...
It would have been fun if you just, like, your band get bonked. That would have been the funny option. But it would have probably screwed you over in the future.
Yeah. Okay. What do I want to do? Who are my guests? Mary and Pierre. Ooh, okay, so this is... double bed writing desk. Actually... double bed... writing desk. Okay. 60, okay. Must have dressing table. Includes dressing table, okay. And then... guests... double bed sitting area. No, I need to talk to you. Choose layout. One double bed. Close. And this one... you know, just in case, I will have 4 single beds and a sitting area. I hope that doesn't screw me over. And I'm going to... Tasks, no. Rooms, finances, switch back to standard. Save game. And let's do this. Wait, don't check and guess yet. Rooms, amenities. Maid chef, receptionist. We always want the receptionist. We're gonna turn off maid for today. Check in guests now. I'm at 165 gold. Oh, who are you? You're different. Okay, well, who are you? I decided to give this place a try after reading about it in a newspaper. This is an impressive building, but what a pity your garden's in shambles. You really need a gardener. Do you happen to know one? Well, I've been looking for something to do since I retired. Maybe I'll think about it once you're... Snack bar. Oof. This was supposed to be for the old couple, but we need him. That snack bar sounds very promising. And, you... My dear Miss Eleanor, such a pleasure to meet you after hearing so much about you from Ulrika and Igor. I'm a tenor with the opera company. Dressing table, let me talk to other guests first. Oh, no. Well, we'll have to get him next time around. Congratulations! We were able to achieve 3 stars by day 15. Our company will start constructing the railway station soon, so it should be ready on day 19. We'll be riding to the village on that day. Oh, yes. Here you go. Thank you. As you can imagine, this is vitally important for us since we have to keep trains running on time. Well... yeah... no... There you go. Okay. I didn't expect you. Oh, I should have known. And you. Yes, I'm done. Oh. Right. Let me talk to you. Just, these plants have been woefully neglected. Oh, it's nice to be back in the village again. It's a bit more lively nowadays too, and I have a feeling you may get some new guests at the end who are visiting just because of me. By the way, I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your Aunt Agatha. She was always very kind to me, in fact. When we moved away 3 years ago, she gave me her old spinning wheel and made me promise never to give it away. Would you like to see what I have for sale? Shop. Yeah. And this. Yeah. Okay, we just bought everything. That's fine. Oh, you bought a cat cushion. Everyone will be smitten by how cute your cat will look sleeping on this. You know how some of your guests dislike pets? Previously, policy of allowing pets would decrease their guest rating by 20. By purchasing cat cushions, these guests will no longer be negatively affected when pets are allowed. The guest whose must-have is no pets will still refuse to stay at the inn if you allow pets. Anyway, you bought everything I have to sell, but you're welcome to drop by for a chat sometimes. This must be the spinning wheel that Aunt Agatha gave to Yuna. This reminds me of the spinning wheel in the painting of the weaver on the second floor. What a weird coincidence. I see. Oh. There's a book here. Oh, do take that. Your Aunt Agatha lent it to me many years ago, but I don't think I'll ever have time to read it. I found another book from the Charles Dickens collection. It titles David Copperfield, and it's the 8th novel he wrote. I now have 10 out of 15 books. Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, it's day 15. Can I even make enough money? Okay. Yeah. All of a sudden, I want cookies. And I don't know why. No, I'm not getting that. Okay, let's see. What's happening up here? Well, we'll have to wait for Lance. Oh. There's a book here. You can take it. I found it half buried outside, but fortunately it's still in good condition. I thought it was pretty interesting. I found another book in the Charles Dickens collection. The title is Little Door, and it's the 11th novel he wrote. We now have 11 out of 15 books. How convenient. No, we'll look everywhere. Oh, my mom gave me those, but I think pearls are old-fashioned, so I don't think I'll ever wear them. You can take them if you want. I guess I'll take the pearl earrings. I'm not a fan of pearls either, but I'm sure I can sell them at the general store. Well, if I need to, I need to. A lot of emergency things I can sell. Ooh, pumpkins. Oh no. What do I want to do? Legend says that Archimedes used mirrors to reflect the sun's rays and set invading Roman ships on fire. Interesting. I found this ridiculous-looking fruit out at the store. It's green and thorns on the outside and edible parts to the sauce. Smells pungent, doesn't it? I've always wanted to try it. Looks like you're enjoying it. Okay. I think I'll just advance the day. Go to sleep. Yeah. A19. Awesome. I'm gonna spruce up the rose bushes out front and add a new leafy. You have to hide me through the usual channels. Go to enjoy the splendor. Awesome, awesome. I'm done. Okay, I'm actually going to rooms, amenities, turn back you, enable pets. That drops to 200. I'll have him and turn him on and off with the maid. Those guests. What guests are we getting? Johan, Shirley. They both need to go into. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save here. And we can continue this next week. Technically I would have gone on for 4 hours, but the stream started late. And actually, you know what? I almost ended up going 4 hours anyways. But I think we'll stop here for today. This is a very cute little game, and I very much do enjoy it. And I'm very excited for the sequel. I'll definitely play it once it gets out.
Oh, it says plans.
Well, At least I think so. Let me check what the news said. Crowdsourcing couple news. No, I remember where do I see? I see Phoenix. How do I see their feed? Okay, no, go back. If I go to my feed. Okay, never mind. It died. And took the game with it. Whoops. Good thing I saved. Well, I'll look more into that later. Rip. Also, let me get rid of Rappy's jail.
You didn't delete the.
Yeah, I should type spawn zone. Ladders, one-way, teleport, scriptable. I have to mess more with these blocks. They sound fun.
Did you?
But anyways, what am I doing? What am I saying? What am I doing? I don't know. I'm dog. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the first 3 minutes.
Egg.
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 Oh yes. So today's Monday, right? So on Wednesday
Yes.
we are going to be playing Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, which is a cute
That's
little
gonna be hella
game.
good.
Yeah. And then on Saturday we're going to be continuing Paint Street Killings. Finally. Maybe we'll finish it if we're lucky. And then of course next week we'll be continuing the Lost Art of Innkeeping.
Yay.
Also, I'm sorry about VODs. I haven't been posting them because I needed to edit the one-shot VOD. But it's been edited and rendered. I just need to upload it and then transfer the rest of them over to YouTube. But they'll be up soon-ish, maybe in the next 2-ish days. So look forward to that if you've missed anything. And that's it. Oh, we can raid Damien since he's up right now.
Yay.
Let me actually properly open his thing so that I can actually hear him.
I mean, he's gonna be going for at least 30 more minutes or an hour. Most likely.
Okay. Let's do that. Then we're going to do this command. And then do this. There we go. So, thank you all so much for coming, and I hope you'll have a great day, night, evening, or whatever time it is for you. And I shall see you all then. Awoo!
Awoo.